Yo, what's going on? Yo, I'm JBHOOPS, and today I got my final episode of the Summer League Standout Series. And today I got my top 10 most impressive performers over the course of the Summer League. So to start it off, I'm going to talk about some of the rookies. First off, I think Keegan Murray was very impressive. He knocked down a lot of threes. For Summer League, he averaged 23.3 points, 7.3 rebounds, 2 assists, and 1.3 steals, while shooting an efficient 50% from the field and 40% from 3. He punished the defense when they didn't get a contest on his shot, and I was also really impressed with his ability to come off screens and move without the ball to find space. He was also able to finish well inside, he was bullying smaller and slower defenders, and then defensively he was consistently good, and I think he'll play a big role for the Kings as they push for the playoffs and be a very impactful player right away. Another guy who was super impressive in Summer League was Benedict Matherin. He did only end up playing 3 games, but that was probably just because he was too good for the competition. He just looked so at ease out there, he hit his spot up threes, got to the cup easily, and was even able to hit a number of shots off the bounce. Over his 3 games, he averaged 19.3 points and 1.3 steals, shooting almost 50% from the field and 38.5% from 3. I hope to see him get a ton of reps this season for the Pacers because I really think he could be something special. Another super impressive rookie performer was Tyree Eason. I think he was great. Defensively, he was just everywhere. He flies around the court, crashes the glass on both ends. And then offensively, he was showing off his skill set, dunking the ball, knocking down threes, and he even flashed his ball handling and passing abilities on a few possessions. For Summer League, he averaged 17.2 points, a really impressive 10.4 rebounds, as well as 1.8 steals and a block on the defensive end. I really think he'll be a long-term starter for the Rockets as he is the perfect fit next to Jabari Smith, and he'll just bring that defense and kind of be a glue guy for that team. I think the most impressive rookie out of the entire Summer League was Jabari Walker. He just played his role so well and ended up winning the Summer League championship, getting a ring. He averaged 12.4 points, 9 rebounds, as well as a steal and a block, shooting a super impressive 62.9% from the field, as well as draining 6 of his 14 3-point attempts. He crashed the glass really hard, defended really well, switching out onto guards and holding his own inside. Offensively, he knocked down his threes and got to the cup, made a few really nice cuts, and I think he'll be able to carve out a role off Portland's bench this season. He was just super impressive as the second last pick in the draft, and he's going to make a lot of teams look foolish for passing up on him if he can play anywhere close to this level consistently. Next up, I'm going to talk about a few undrafted guys from this draft class. First up, I think Darius Dave was amazing. He averaged 13.7 points, 10 rebounds, shooting 55.6% from the field, as well as knocking down 6 of his 16 threes. He was super solid defensively as well, and if he can be a consistent 3-point shooter, I'm confident he'll find a role in the NBA. He recently got signed to a 2-way contract for the Heat, and I'm super happy for him because he's definitely an NBA talent. Another standout undrafted free agent was Schriter for the Lakers. He averaged 15.4 points, shooting 50% from the field and a crazy 50% from 3 on super high volume. He was able to show what he's capable of, hit his threes in a variety of ways, off movement, spotting up, and I think he'll definitely see some action for the Lakers this season because they obviously desperately need shooters. And I think Schriter has a purer of a jump shot as you'll see, as well as great size. So I think he'll definitely get some NBA minutes this season. Now the remainder of the standouts are some guys with NBA experience. First up, I think Quentin Grimes was really impressive. He averaged 22.6 points, 4.2 rebounds, and 4 assists on very solid shooting splits. He looked super comfortable out there, made some really nice passes, obviously was able to get his and put up heaps of threes. I think he took about 11 threes a game, which is crazy, and he also flashed his ability as a shot creator. He might just have gotten his trade value up enough to get Spider potentially, but in all seriousness, I hope they keep him because he's going to be a real nice piece for them, and I think Quentin Grimes was really impressive this Summer League. Another sophomore standout was Sandro Mammo. He averaged 17 points per game and almost 9 rebounds, shooting 45% from the field and 47.2% from 3. He just looked too good for Summer League competition. Except for his last game, he wasn't great, but he was dominant most of the time offensively. He's too strong for wings and just too quick for bigs. He was also very solid defensively, and if he can hold his own on that end, we'll see a lot of him next year for the Bucks. I think David Duke Jr. was the most impressive sophomore for the Nets. Obviously, we know what Cam Thomas can do. Kessler Edwards got some minutes last year, so did Daron Sharp. They were also very solid, but David Duke Jr. was able to get to his spot. He made some really tough finishes inside, including a massive poster against the Celtics, and he was also really solid defensively. He averaged 19 points, 4.6 rebounds, and 4 assists, shooting a very solid 49.3% from the field, whilst also racking in 1.4 steals a game. I think he has a very solid chance to be a rotational piece for the Nets next season, specifically if they keep KD and Kyrie, as he'll be a guy who can attempt to fill that Bruce Brown role, and I definitely think he deserves a standard NBA contract. Now onto the final standout of this list, I thought Lyndell Wigginton was amazing. He looked like an NBA caliber guard out there. He averaged 18.2 points and 4.6 assists, shooting a very impressive 53.7% from the field and 46.2% from 3. He was able to get to his spots with ease, score on all 3 levels as well as facilitate. He made some really impressive passing reads. He has a super quick release on his jumper, and I think he'll get some NBA looks this upcoming season. Alright, that's all I got for this one. Make sure to subscribe to me. I'm almost at 1,000, so I appreciate everyone subscribing. Stay tuned for more videos coming soon, and JBHOOPS out.